Hey everybody, glad to have you back around for the 2021 free fonts video. This is my second one. Feel free after the video to go check out the 2020 list. A lot of good stuff in there as well. So let's get into the list. So the first font I wanted to throw on the list is Rock Grotesk. This has been one of my go-tos at the end of 2020, and I continue to use it quite a bit this year. It brings a very fresh perspective to the Grotesk sans serif game. It's free with Adobe fonts, has a ton of versatility, and as you can see, plenty of font weights, making it a jack of all trades. It has everything from the super skinny, thin, compressed to this beast that's like the extra wide heavy. I've been particularly using the wide medium font a lot for body copy on a lot of my poster designs. And you can see the differences in weights and widths make it super good for plenty of applications. And I really like it here on this Beastie Boys album cover. The really heavy ill brings a lot of character with just simple letter forms. And I pulled this inspo because I liked how it showed a lot of the different variations working together as like an entire system. Next up, we got this bad boy Chee. This is the first decorative or display type font on the list and has like so much flavor to it. This one's also free with Adobe fonts, and there are a good amount of variations that shift the thick to thin strokes in various different ways. The really bold ones I like myself, and then I also really like the Condesned version on the left. This font will be amazing to use for just big, bold, in-your-face typographic posters. The letter forms bring a great dynamic style even when alone on the page. You can get crazy with it, throw textures in there, all kinds of different styles, and it also looks awfully good on these pop art like Groovy style illustrations, and I see myself using this font a lot more this year for some album art and maybe some more psychedelic poster designs. Our second sans serif on the list is Eurostile. It's free with Adobe fonts, as well as there's certain variations that are free to download. The font family is huge, so I just pulled a couple of the versions to show you, but check out Adobe fonts, link in the description for the full lineup. I personally really like using the extended black. It makes a really big impact on your designs while still remaining very legible. This font's quite old, but I think everyone should have it in the library, and I think you can bring a lot of newness to it in 2021. It looks great on old school book covers like this Clockwork Orange one. It's placed a lot in a lot of old analog audio equipment, and it has a very mid-century modern feel to it. It's probably most famously used within the Nike Pigale stuff, and if you don't know about that, definitely go check it out. Lots of cool design inspiration there. This font still holds up on old album art, and it can also be used in a very contemporary way as well. That black on black book cover right there is beautiful. So New Kansas is the next one, and if this font looks familiar to you, then we can definitely hang out. It's actually a slight modernization of the legendary Cooper Black. The Newland Type Foundry announced recently this super sweet refresh of Cooper. Cooper's a really great font for so many things, and I'm excited to use this new version. I've always loved the bold weight and with that really dope off-axis O. And here's a graphic from the Type Foundry showing off some of the cool ways and the different weights and variations can look. And there isn't much work out there for New Kansas so far since it's pretty fresh, so I wanted to show some old stuff that Cooper's been used in. I've always loved the Qbert logo type, and I had a lot of good memories playing that game when I was younger, and it really shows that the typeface can look dope with bright contrasting colors. And the font isn't only used in old stuff either. It's definitely been used in a lot of contemporary design. Here's one of my favorite albums, Drunk by Thundercat, and it's using Cooper in a cool little type treatment lockup at the top of the cover. EckmannPsych. I'm sure you've seen this font around. It's had a lot of increasing popularity, so I had to throw it in there. It just looks so cool. I've yet to see a bad piece of merch or poster using this typeface. Comes in 3 versions, which aren't too different, but there's some subtle differences in X height and general width. Like I was saying, this font is made for t-shirts and tote bags. It brings so much fun and character to simple design layouts. This font looks very good on stylistic print stuff like this Mental Vomit album art. And I just love the energy it brings to any composition. Even when this font's used as the dominant factor, like on this poster design, it still shines. This album cover was actually the first reference I grabbed when making this edit because I wanted to show not only do the letter forms shine with this typeface, but the negative space is so strong as well. Definitely pick this one up and shoot me a message or tag me on Insta when you create stuff. I would love to see it. Had to throw a slab serif on the list, and I chose none other than Hatch. It's free with Adobe fonts and it's a must add. The varying font weights provide opportunity for plenty of different vibes and applications. I grabbed this cool Thanksgiving list off the font's homepage to show that it looks good in all weights in their own distinct way. And if you've been around on the channel for a while, you might remember I used it on a business card design from an older video. If not, feel free to check that out, link in the description. Where Hatch really got my attention is its special characters. I specifically love the ampersand and the dollar sign with this typeface. They're very bold and strong, but still have a playful softness to them. About time I brought up a serif font, and this one is worth the wait. I discovered this font recently when browsing Adobe fonts, and it really caught my eye. I mean, how can you not like that G? Alga has a good family of weights that work well for headlines and body copy. And I wanted to show you the italicized version too, so I grabbed this cool little graphic off the font's website. Where Alga really shines though is in editorial design. There's so many cool layouts you can do with the different versions, and I can also see it pairing really well with the geometric sans serif. The asterisk on this font is so clean, and it gives you a better feel for how nice the letter forms and special characters are. So go grab this one and start designing. Last but not least is Obrazec. This font's tall, proud, and I love it. I got it from Pixel Surplus, which has a ton of great resources for designers. I'll link that in the description for you guys to check out. It's also free for commercial use, so that's always helpful. I threw together this poster thingy to show you how nice this font is when used giant. And I also have a video on my channel how to make like noisy gradients like that background if you want to check that out. I downloaded this weird VHS mockup thing, so I threw Obrazec on it to see if it held up with a stroke around it, and I think it still looks pretty good. It's definitely a font to check out for your next project. There wasn't a lot of examples online, so this one's definitely a sleeper. So try it out, and I'd love to see what you guys can create with it. Alright, so that rounds out my favorite free fonts for 2021. Thank you a bunch for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And I also have all the fonts and resources linked in the description, so go down there to check it out. And thanks again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys create. So tag me on Instagram @permanentglue so I can check out your work, and I'll see you next time.